Hi, I'm Chanel Fischetti. I'm a medical student here at UC Irvine, and I'm here to talk to you today about USIGs, an ultrasound student interest group, and how you can start one at your own institution. So why would you build a USIG? Well, first of all, ultrasound education at this current time is a little bit limited. Certain medical schools have programs that are very involved in it and integrated within their curriculum, and others don't at all. So this allows for students to foster their own ultrasound skills and education. It's a rapidly evolving field, whether you're going into emergency medicine, pediatrics, OB, or any other field, and so there's definitely a need and an interest there. And it helps students get more involved in the fields that they are interested in as well. So what are some of the goals of a USIG group? Well, first and foremost, to provide additional opportunities in ultrasound education and give them more stick time. Another goal would be to put interested students in contact with the ultrasound mentors at their institutions. Another would be to foster some ultrasound research, whether that's in the community, at your own institution, or internationally. Again, student ambassadors can be used in order to help integrate ultrasound education into their curriculum, whether there is a current integrated curriculum or not. The students that will champion after this are the ones that oftentimes have a really awesome say and an important say in changing their medical education. So who are some of the point people that would really help you start a USIG? First and foremost, a faculty mentor. A faculty mentor is so important. This is the man or woman who is really going to champion with you after this. They can be in basically any field. Emergency medicine and OB and radiology naturally have a ready found network of people interested in ultrasound, but you can find faculty mentors in family medicine and pediatrics, in orthopedics, really in anything. So just make sure that you have someone who maybe knows the university really well and knows the curriculum really well and what you will need as a student to succeed. Student leaders are so important in making a USIG successful. So usually you need about 2 to 3 to start. This just helps with the delegation of work, and so it's really important to not really take on everything and anything, but the delegation is really important, whether that's trying to find funding or trying to be in contact with other faculty members or organizing events. Make sure that you have other people who are able and willing to help you succeed in this endeavor. Another really important person who could be a great part of your team is a stenographer. Some universities have stenographers on staff, and so those can be really important individuals who can help with the curriculum or help with the teaching process, and so we really encourage you to take advantage of the resources and the people at your institution. Now, what positions would be needed? First and foremost, you need the president. Whether that's one person or 2 people, it's really important to organize and to really find someone who will lead the interest group. You also need someone who may be a vice president of the finances, and so that can be the person who goes after finding funding and grants and scholarships for your organization. Another important person can be the vice president of technology, so that's someone that can organize your website or any other tech-related endeavors that you will do with your organization. A vice president of education has been really important at our institution to help organize our ultrasound elective, which is about an 8-week course where students get additional stick time outside of what is already regulated and encouraged within our own curriculum. So this is just an extra time that our Vice President of Education encourages, and they offer really neat classes with pediatrics or OB or testicular or pelvic ultrasounds that otherwise may not be had in the normal curriculum. Another important person can be the Vice President of Community Outreach. This individual can help potentially encourage other endeavors, whether that's teaching at local high schools or free community outreach services or volunteer work. So the Vice President of Community Outreach, that can be another person as your ultrasound student interest group evolves. International ultrasound has been a huge part here at UCI, and so obviously it's been really important for us to have a Vice President of International Outreach. This individual coordinates a lot of the endeavors and international projects that go on and the research that will go on abroad. And lastly, but also very importantly, is the Vice President of UltraFest. So we have 2 here at UC Irvine, and they help coordinate our UltraFest Day, which is a huge project. It usually takes about 6 months to plan. So a Vice President of UltraFest really helps make that day go really smoothly. These are, again, just suggestions, not absolutes, but these are some of the individuals that can really help you be successful as a group. Now, meetings. Meetings are really important just to encourage constant communication with the faculty and with the other students. Depends how active your group is. We recommend about bi-monthly meetings. You should be in contact with the board members regularly, but again, it just depends on your schedules. It depends on the holidays and the other work, exams and things that are going on. That's just our suggestion. Funding is obviously a really big part of the success of any group. We have found funding through our student government, and so you have to apply in advance, and you may even need to register as an interest group there on campus. You can find funding through other departments, whether that's emergency medicine or pediatrics or any other department. You may find funding there. You can find funding through local philanthropic donations. You may find funding through EMRA or ASAP or any other accredited body who basically would support student endeavors, but again, those can be a little bit more involved. You may need to apply for them or have written out scholarships or grants for them. So there are many events that you can do with ultrasound. As we've mentioned before, you can do an UltraFest, which is a free bedside ultrasound symposium. You can do an ultrasound elective, which can run a course of 8 to 10 weeks and just provide other additional stick time to the students. You can run workshops, you can have lectures and guest speakers, you can do community outreach. There's truly an unlimited amount of events or opportunities that you can really get involved with and just support as a student interest group. Overall, there are just so many different ways and so many different resources in order to be successful as a student interest group. These are just some of the ways that we have found success at UC Irvine. We hope that if you have questions or any concerns that you contact us here at UCI, and hopefully this will be a good starting point for you to get involved and really move forward with your own ultrasound medical education. Thank you.